Hi, we're back again today with more strategies on the IELTS modules, and here we are going to talk about listening. The 5 common mistakes that we make in listening, but I've got another one, I've added the 6th one. So I'm going to list around 6 common mistakes that we make in the listening module, that is the IELTS listening. We all know that we have 40 questions to complete and you get 30 minutes to listen to the entire listening, and it has got 4 sections. Out of those 4 sections, 2 are monologues and 2 are dialogues. But gathering around all that information, there are certain mistakes that we still make when we are doing the listening, especially in the real-time test. So I've listed around 6 common mistakes that we might make in the listening test, and these are the mistakes that you must avoid if you want to score very good scores in your listening module. So first one I'm going to talk about is listening blind. That is what happens actually, because we are in a room of having at least 100 students. We tend to look here and there. Concentration is one problem, but what happens is that we tend to close our eyes and listen. Please do not do that. Do not close your eyes when you are doing the listening module. You have to keep your eyes open and really concentrate on the conversation that is going on in the recording, and do not close your eyes when you're doing the listening module. Number 2, not using prediction skills. We all have, all human beings have prediction skills, but this is the one important factor that is really very much required in your listening module. For example, we're talking about a particular number or particular color of certain things. The examiner or the speaker in the listening recording can say that it was blue, but then it was green, and then somehow we decided on yellow, but at the end we took the black one. So these are the kind of things which we have to be very careful by using prediction skills. For example, if he is talking about the sky, naturally the sky cannot be yellow and black. So these are the kind of prediction skills that you have to use while doing your listening module. The third one is not using the time given to read. Each and every section, there is a time given to you for less than 1 minute for you to read the entire instructions, to read the questions. Most of the time, we do not utilize that time. What happens is that we tend to look around, we tend to talk to our peers, we also try to not actually read the instructions or just see the sheet blankly. So what you have to do is, if you are given the time to read the instructions, to read the questions, please make use of that time, because that time is given there for a specific reason. So you must use that time that is given. If they say that you have 30 seconds to read the questions, that means please do take out your pencil and start underlining all the keywords, start underlining all the important factors that you think may be important when the question starts. Right, number 4, we have not paying attention to distractors. Like in the beginning, I gave you an example that it may be blue, it may be green, and sometimes we also like yellow, but at the end black was decided. So these are the kind of distractions that you will find in your listening module. That is the most important factor which actually confuses us while finding out the correct answer. So in that particular point, what I mean by not paying attention to distractors is when you're reading the question and reading the answers to it, whether it is a fill up the blank or an MCQ, you have to understand that there's always a slight distraction given in your listening part. That is when the speakers either converse with each other, or it is a lecture, it is a monologue. So in that way, those distractions, that means the changes, that is the kind of things that the trend, for example, he changes from A to B or B to C, when he jumps from one particular topic to another topic, that is the time when you have to be very much careful. You have to concentrate on the distractions that is given there, because this is the main reason why sometimes we are not able to find out the answer. So please concentrate on those distractions that are given in your listening module, especially in the recording. Not following instructions, very important. Actually, sometimes we are so much confident, we have prepared very well, we found the answers, questions are very easy and I understood everything very easily, but later on I find out that, oh, all right, I had to give 2 words, I've given 3 words. Oh, they asked for color and I've given the number of a number. So these are the kind of things which we tend to realize, maybe we also tend to realize at the time of the test, or maybe we don't. If we're lucky enough to realize at that time, we make the corrections. But then again, you may not have enough time to make those corrections. So please follow instructions very carefully. Right, now coming down to the 6th point, that is incorrect spelling and grammar, a very common mistake. Sometimes we take it for granted. We find that the spelling is easy. I've seen this many times in the books. I have written the spelling many times. But again, we do tend to make these mistakes while writing the answers, especially while transferring the answers from the question sheet to the answers. So please be careful with the spellings, especially when you're transferring your answers. So these are the 6 common mistakes that we make in our listening test while giving the real-time test, and even while you're practicing. Like again I say in all my videos, these mistakes, it's not that something you're going to make it there in the real-time test, it's also what you're going to do in your practice sessions. If you avoid these mistakes in your practice sessions, definitely you will not be making these mistakes in the real test. So make sure that whenever you're practicing it from day one in your classroom, you tend to avoid these mistakes. I hope that you've enjoyed this video and you learned a lot about the listening module. We are going to have more videos on different modules and coming up with PTE and TOEFL as well. I would be happy and would love a lot of questions and queries from your side. Please do comment and also like our videos, and if there's anything that you want us to add or subtract, we'll be more than glad to have your comments. Thank you very much for being with me today.